Hi Aquarius, welcome back for your October reading. If you're wanting a booking, you can go to the link directly below. Also, if there's a time slot that doesn't fit you, please do email me and I can try and fit you in. Especially on the weekends, if there's nothing available in the late afternoons in your time zone, you can email me and from my side I can actually book you in. Okay. What else do I need to tell you? Okay, the shop products are completed. Entering the details connected to the price, the locations that they're going to be sold in. So try and, if you're interested in any of the products, just keep an eye on the actual website and it should be open very soon. The delay came down to the cost of the products, the time frame, obviously, with me moving home and then becoming unwell, there has been an added delay, unfortunately. Now, I'm going to keep the readings the same as they were last month, and should time permit, I will add additional readings, which will be the in-betweeners, but that's going to be a separate video. So for your general energy, I'm finding that you guys are going through a bit of a change, and I think externally speaking, the universe is triggering you to have a look at life from your own perspective and own it. So some of the way you've been living has been directly connected to an aspect of a way of living that was acceptable, but now either you have known it hasn't been acceptable but have not done anything because it was within the comfort zone. Now the universe is forcing you to actually have a look at aspects of that. Your vibration is increasing where you're feeling more upbeat. You will be in more of a sociable mood in October, but you're having to very closely look at your finances connected to how you can do certain things, how it can create that freedom for you, and owning that power that you have. I do feel for some of you there will be travel on the cards, but it doesn't feel like it's going to be long distance. It feels more there are plans in the midst connected to where you're wanting to go and people you're wanting to mix with. I do see something highlighted connected to cash, and it might be connected to you actually having a creative idea connected to cash, and it might be in a new workplace, a new work field, and the way in which you're going to generate money. It can be the relationship you're actually having with money is a lot better, that you've had a good hard look at it and had a reality check connected to cash. But I do feel romance is coming back on the cards for you guys. This is if you're single or couple. It feels like it's really coming up as a hot topic. I do feel to this person who you're directly going to be connected to, it might be someone that you have felt a bit nervous to communicate with. For some of you, I do feel a move of location. Now, this might be that you're renting a home and you do move, or that you're wanting to live with friends for those of you who are single. It may have been on the cards prior and it wasn't able to move through. And now it's looking as though it might be back on the cards. I can see some communication also for those of you within relationships or not. Communication is really the key, I'm hearing. You need to verbalize what your needs are. Do it very much from a throat chakra point of view, but from a positive vibration, so that the way you're coming across isn't a dictator, which you're owning your energy, which is very positive. For a lot of us in October, I have noticed a lot of the tuning that I've done, something to do with house is really coming up. There's a very strong energy connected to work and home. And it's not that romance is not on the agenda in any of the zodiac signs. It just feels within the romance sector, there is going to be a connection directly linked between reasonings and home, and home and work directly being part of the equation in some shape or form. And I must remember to mention that in every video now, because that is the main energy that has come through when I've actually tuned on each zodiac sign. What else am I picking for you guys? be very cautious connected to young children. They may be a bit accident prone this month, and it's not, I don't feel it to be disastrous. It's just being mindful of it, because that's actually coming up for some reason. I do feel there is a person in your life you feel that you have not been connected to as much as you would like to, and you're going to be working on that relationship. Initially you were feeling it was due to other reasons, but you're actually realizing now it is not due to that. It's due to your feelings connected to past tense scenarios of the reason why you had backed off from the scenario and felt somehow external scenarios had altered your connection within this relationship. Now, this relationship can be with anybody. It can be with a female or a male in a romantic sense. It can be with a family member or a friend. It's someone who you're feeling disappointed at, connected to the way your connection with this person has gone. And you're really going to be seeing it through different eyes to come to a place where you can see the reality without the rose-colored glasses. And it's not that it's an angry energy. It's just you're having a perspective change, and you're going to be able to have the tools to address the relationship. So I do feel there will be some communication, and I do feel this person that you're actually going to be communicating with is in a better place in their life, and that the way you're communicating with them is the correct way. So you need to know their language and the way to communicate with them. And the most positive outcome is going to be there. I do see a passed over animal that is actually around you at the moment. And it might be just connections to this person that you're dealing with are coming up in your mind. I'm not sure. Or people directly linked to the scenario. There may have been an animal connected to you at a time frame or to them. And it just feels the animal is there to white light you. Now, I have purchased some extra cards, and they're more for the general part of it. I'm going to pull them as clarifiers and highlighters connected to what you're needing to focus on in the month of October. And any month I do these videos, obviously. But they're more from a level of manifestation, and I will be doing a video connected to manifestation and how much control you actually have over many aspects of your destiny, and how a lot of things that are coming are connected to the way you perceive things, the way you vibrationally feel you deserve things, and how triggers will be given to you in a lesson sense for you to vibrationally chuck that aspect out of your vocabulary in your life, so you can recreate the new you. So it might be anything connected to jealousy. It could be on a different month that you're feeling anything connected to family. Any blocks you have are directly co-created and manifested in your vocabulary for you to vibrationally address, so that you can move through and grow. So you'll be very surprised how a lot of your fears are manifested into reality, and you can do exactly the same in a sense of co-creating positive realities. So I'll be doing videos connected to that soon. Okay. So Abraham Lincoln, these cards are kind of connected to. These aren't the cards for you, but I mean, in a sense of I've picked this card for you, but if you feel it directly relates, go ahead and read. But they're based on basically the laws of attraction and the vibration you're holding and how to work with the energy. So I've got 3 decks, and I have a chakra deck as well. We've also got animal totem cards, which I'll pull those for you as well for a bit of guidance. Okay. I'm sensing connected to family, the key, which is what I was saying. So this can be a family member that you're actually dealing with, where you had a block connected to communication with a family member. Now, the most important relationship is with my source. Now, it's you owning the fact that an aspect of this relationship also had a sense of responsibility in you as well. So the way you're going to deal with it is now you're grounding yourself, and you're to a point you're going to look at this situation from a different perspective. But in loving yourself and knowing that you've always been vibrationally worth love, worth a connection, a friendship, that nobody can ever take what is real away from you, then it's going to do a lot of internal healing. I can see a child directly connected to this. In a sense, it might be from your childhood, or it may be a child directly connected to you. That is an important aspect in this, which you're considering at this point in time. So if you do have a child, it might be their birthday, or you might be thinking from their perspective you wish them to have a relationship. Okay, you need to shift your focus. So while you're focusing on what you don't want, you're going to receive what you don't want. So this month, it's really challenging you to address those situations which are blocks for you, of you feeling worthy of situations, and grounding yourself to a point where you realize in many senses you're not to blame for a scenario, but you have an aspect of an obligation to actually look at your part in situations. And children directly connected, or your childhood is coming up. Be cautious where your mind's going. If your energy is down and you're getting to a point where your vibrations being down can co-create extra vibrations being down. So be cautious of that. And if you're in that mindset, go and cleanse, have a shower, change your thoughts, take your mind off it. To a point where you're focusing your energy on something different. And it doesn't have to be it's ultimately positive. It could be something as simple as just having a shower, having a cup of tea, and not thinking of that for 10 minutes. Okay, so your body is being directly affected at the moment by the story you're telling it, by the things you're co-creating, and the way you're vibrationally dealing with these scenarios. And again, I do feel it's something... and don't listen to gossip. Don't listen to it, because you're creating some of this in your mind, and unless it comes from the horse's mouth of being told, you need to actually have these conversations. Okay. I'm feeling as though directly connected to what's going on in the month of October for you, you're going through a huge spiritual journey. So something is triggering you to deal with these direct realities, that all of us are interconnected, be it close or far, and still this person's coming through quite heavily, where you realize there is this equality coming through in these transactions and interactions with these people in your life. Now the two areas you're going to need to focus on, I'll place them up there and you can Google them and have a look. If I have time, I'll write them in the box, and your solar plexus as well. Now this can be that they're working or they're not. And if they're not, they're going to be areas where you are going to be directly dealing with. And I do feel, as I said, family directly. And, the way you are perceiving things is extremely important, because even the colours connected with your sacral chakra. Can't get it off the table. And you grounded inside is very equal in that sense. Okay, your animal totem, and then we'll get on to romance. Okay, big changes are coming. So you need to be prepared for it. But by working on these aspects, like I was saying, I was feeling house move, change of location, the way you interact with people is changing. Most everything in your life at the moment is feeling like it's having a shake-up, but please don't feel this is bad. It is very necessary, it's very overdue, and it feels very positive. Okay, you have all the tools you need. So even from a communication standpoint and you feeling whole, from you feeling part of the world as a whole and having all the tools you have and not communicating it, the story you tell to yourself is the outcome you will get. So be cautious of the vibration you put out, because you have the ability to manifest anything you're wishing to. If you wish to manifest the negative aspect of life, of what you feel that you vibrationally are entitled to, then that is what you will get. So be cautious connected to that. Okay. Couples, what's going on with you guys? For some of you, I do see a brief romantic getaway, and it may be for one night, it could be for 2 nights. It just feels like could be an anniversary directly connected to this. I do feel a quiet energy between the both of you. It does feel like you've been working quite hard. It can be quite hard in the relationship or quite hard at life in general, and you're having a short breakaway. There is quiet connected to the both of you, so I don't know whether you might not be talking to each other and you need this holiday, but it doesn't feel angry. It's just silent. Odd energy. Your energy. It can be that you're going to have this. Okay, any delays that both of you are experiencing at this point in time, it might be that you had delayed celebrating something or going somewhere or doing something together. But directly speaking, this is, and for many of you this can be, a twin flame union, soulmate. It's a union that is very important to you, so it can be external situations that are happening to actually impact it. I do feel that some of you, if you are having a little getaway, it may be quite close to home, I'm hearing. There is going to be a celebration. I do feel a lot happening around you, so it may actually be that you hear about a birth or a pregnancy or something directly happening, and there is an aspect of celebration. So if you can't get away, I do feel you will travel a distance, but it won't be days and days and days worth of traveling, or it feels close. You are coming out of conflict connected to, you know, whatever's going on around the both of you at the moment. So as I said, I was feeling maybe you might not be speaking, but directly speaking, the love is directly there. This can be with a water sign or a fire sign, but any sign really. I mean, it depends on the vibration of the person. I mean, if you're a couple, look at the energy around you or your rising signs. Okay, now your partner, they're the ones who are bringing the balance, in a sense of, even though they don't want to see a truth connected to the relationship and how things are going, they do know that they're going to have to work at this. And it might be that there's been some harsh words. They're not meaning for that to be so. So if they're not verbalizing things, it's because they actually want to wait for the correct time in which to address the situation, nurture the situation, or fix it. They are going to get to a point where they will be offering and more open, connected to how they made you feel. Okay, you're a bit iffy about it. You're thinking, well, are you moving forward in a humble way? And that is why they're directly pulling back and trying to keep the balance. So I feel as though whatever has happened between the both of you, you're quite cautious connected to accepting an apology. And you're very experienced connected to what has happened. So what's happened to trigger this quietness between the both of you, I feel it's something that has happened before. Now, it doesn't mean to say it has, but you're feeling that way. Let's see what the advice is. Okay. They do trust you, and they feel within the relationship that this is a relationship that they're safe in. They're also concerned okay, I'm feeling as though something has happened and it's triggered them to feel they're looking at you differently. Now, this can be your energy or it can be their physical energy. If it's their energy and their libido's down, or, you know, they're not feeling as sexy, I'm feeling as though it's connected to them, not you. So although it looks like that from a point of view, it can be because of overworking, fatigue, no time. Something vibrationally with them has switched, which will switch back and it will be more positive, but it's due to fatigue, I'm hearing. You're not giving yourself the love you need because I feel you've been quite busy. And although you're feeling that you cannot trust this scenario, you're also not having the time to give to yourself because it feels like you're in hermit mode. But what you know to be true is a past life relationship. Now, this can be that you know this person well and it's pulling triggers in you, which if you're a twin flame in this connection, it can be challenging in a sense that it's making you look at the scenario from a different perspective. Okay, but you are staying optimistic connected to this. But you don't feel you deserve it. So I feel they're going to do something for you, and it's not going to be, you're feeling it's from the aspect of, I'm getting jiggy with you, but it's not. They actually want to make it up to you in a sense of having some special time. It's not being about attraction, it being about the direct connection between the both of you. Getting to the root of the matter and actually having some special time together. And it's not that won't happen, it's more that the way they're looking at it this month is from that perspective, not a direct physical perspective. Not to say that's not going to happen, like I said. Okay, and if you are wanting a booking, you can go to the link directly below. Now, I do feel also for couples, money is, things are getting back on track financially. I can see something connected to house and maybe some upgrades happening for those of you who do own a home or are renting. I was going to say, changes for work. I can see a new manager coming in for some of you. Singles, what's going on with you guys? Again, in the general section of the reading, I was feeling a lot of that directly connected to you guys. It was quite heavy in that sense. Of a lot of what you're doing is actually, there is a lot of movement directly connected to it. A lot of connections to people that you haven't seen in a very long time, family members. I do feel a family member is moving. You're concerned about your welfare and your security, which is really triggering you. And you're trying to look at ways in which, even though quietly you acknowledge this factor, you're looking at ways that you can create that safety. Some aspects that you hadn't wanted to deal with are really triggering you to actually have a very good hard look at to create that safety bubble for yourself. And you're actually seeing now that you cannot trust separate scenarios to be the buffer. You're actually creating a buffer, so on a financial level you're safe. You're not wanting to do the work connected to this, but the universe is going to force you to actually deal with it. So some aspects of situations you're avoiding. Now, it can be that you're looking at scenarios where people around you, you're feeling they're false. But this can be your energy as well. So it really depends on how it directly relates to you. So be cautious connected to you not doing what you need to do on a financial level or a physical level to manifest and co-create the things you're wanting in your life. Okay, even though there might have been delays, and you might have not budgeted correctly in a way you should have, be cautious connected to that. Use it as a warning so you can prepare yourself for October. You're feeling that you don't have luck on your side. You all have the good and bad. You're going to have the good days and you're going to have the bad days. The bad days are to help you look at life and be grateful for what you have directly in front of you. Don't get stuck in that energy though, because it can be an energy to get you to a point where you are grateful for things and you look at things from a different perspective. Okay, stability is going to return, and it will be in the month. I do feel it's about 2 weeks into October. There is going to be financial stability. And financially speaking, I feel, and emotionally speaking, you are going to recoup. Now, from a romantic standpoint, I'll do that in a minute. Okay. Although, even though you're going to get back on track, you're feeling you're going in the wrong direction. Okay, I'm feeling as though you guys, if you are having a move or there is a bit of upheaval, don't get panicked. Try and stay as grounded as possible. Trust the way the universe is pushing you. Even if it feels iffy, if you're going to have good and bad days, but I am feeling as though you're protected. I feel as though whatever it is, even though it's triggering you, there's somebody from the past who's jumping out of the woodworks and coming to help you. So you're going to be safe and okay. I still see this past love coming through in a sense of energy where you may still be considering a reconciliation. And again, you're walking away from a person from your past, yet you really physically haven't walked away from them. I feel two energies connected to you. So you've got reconciliation in reverse. You're also not giving that scenario a chance, and you have a new love coming your way. I feel as though it's already started, the connection has. But you're not forgiving and learning connected to this person from the past. So the energy you're using to move on with this new person will look good at first, but energetically speaking, your connection is with the other person. Now, this isn't for everyone, but I do feel as though it feels safer, therefore you're following that pursuit, even though this person is constantly on your mind. You wish to reconcile with, but choose not to. Thank you, and if you're wanting a booking, you can go to the link below. See you next month, guys.